Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never a Straight Answer podcast, the podcast that aims to cover a wide range of topics from conspiracy theories to popular culture and news. I'm your host Gaz, and joined remote by satellite link-up from an unknown, undisclosed location. You know him. He's Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a bit of a delayed reaction. I've got so much to think about tonight. Hello. How's it popping?
Popping, right? Yeah.
Popping. How are you at home? Everyone good?
Yeah. Everyone's right here. You over there?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone right there?
Oh, yeah. I'm always good, me. Yeah. Well, welcome to another pretty fascinating episode of the Never a Straight Answer podcast. Thanks for joining us, new listeners and repeat offenders across the globe. We thank you all. Yes, we do. Yeah. Hello. So, we've got a pretty cool episode this week.
Yes,
mate.
Definitely. Bit of a strange week, hasn't it been with this?
I've been loving this. I mean, the two things aren't connected, but they are in a way, I think. You know what I mean? When strange things are happening and, you know, things just appear, then it's, it kind of makes you think, it's like that other thing. Do you know what I mean? And, of course, we're going to be talking about the Georgia Guidestones, a.k.a. America's Stonehenge, massive granite structures that basically... What?
Just appeared,
didn't they? Yeah, they're in Georgia near the South Carolina border. I think is it Albert County in Georgia.
That's right.
Pretty interesting topic, to be honest. I think that it's one of those where... Obviously, this week, it's been a bit of an odd one, like you say. There's been these... what would you call them? Obelisks or... Monoliths. Yeah. That have just appeared. So, obviously, it gets you thinking, doesn't it? Then, this granite Georgia Guidestone just appeared, and, that had a bit of meaning to it. So we're going to go into that a little bit later on in the show. Something to stick around for. I'm sure you'll agree.
Definitely.
Other than that, it's been pretty kind of boring week. It's been a slow week. One thing that's happened this week is the UK lockdown was lifted on the 2nd. What?
Yeah, it's finally over.
It's finally over.
So the next one.
Until the next one. Well, I did kind of predict this.
It's going to be the next one.
I did predict this, though, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, and Boris has give everyone like 5 days to...
Go infect everyone.
Yeah, to kind of...
and come back.
It's going to be a shit New Year then, isn't it? When everyone's like dying in bed.
New Year, they're going to let everyone out. Oh, go out and celebrate.
Well, the thing is, as well, it's like if you meet people up at Christmas, then are you going to be like too poorly to go out at New Year? So it's like...
too hungover.
Double-edged sword, isn't it? I don't know, I'm not sure.
There's going to be a lot of drinking this year.
I'm not sure that I'm interested in...
there'll be a few people who won't be, I wouldn't have thought, as well.
In the whole... I mean, I love Christmas, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Christmas person. I love Christmas, what can you say? But, when it comes to, like, what's going on in the world, is it a little bit of a anticlimax? It doesn't even feel like Christmas at the moment.
Yeah, everyone was looking forward to Christmas, but then... Like, they didn't know what was going to happen. We still don't know exactly what's going to happen over the Christmas period. We only know for the next couple of weeks, I suppose. And then things could change again. And by Christmas Day, we could all be locked down again.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
because it is...
Where we are in Manchester, we're already in the tier 3. Yeah. So that means pubs and restaurants. I think there's a rule that states... And I think I've seen it in the news this week, and I mean, I don't know how right this is, but they were saying that if you are in a pub, you can be in a pub and have a drink if you have a substantial meal.
Yes, substantial.
So this is
not like a Yorkshire pudding or like.
This is where the debate came in, because the debate was what constitutes a substantial meal. Yeah, right. A Scotch egg, for instance. Yeah, would you say a Scotch egg was a substantial meal? Yeah.
No.
Well, some people do.
It's not going to fill you up in one bite unless you got stomach of a fly.
I mean, a packet of crisp or whatever. Maybe not, but
no.
I don't know.
No, it'd have to be quite a bit on the plate. On a big plate, not like a little sauce.
Well, Dr. Hillary was saying that he thinks a substantial meal would be like a two courses. You know what I mean? At least a mains and a pudding.
A mains and a pudding.
Yeah, you can fuck the starter. We want pudding. Give it a pudding.
Yeah. That's what you got bread there for. Yeah. Get a main. Whoa.
Yeah, I want meat and pudding. Give me the pudding.
Yeah, meat and pudding. That's it, man.
Yeah, and when we say pudding, we mean like, custard and cake. Yeah, not
ice cream.
It's not some like, English.
Yeah, it's not like Yorkshire pudding.
Which is delicious. Yeah, right. Yeah. And I do maintain there's nothing better than a Sunday roast dinner. Yeah, right. Regardless of where you're from in the world.
Have a steak.
Lovely. What? Yeah, but you could have a steak with all those roast dinner elements. It's just changing your meat, isn't it, really? But anyway, we're getting away off topic here tonight.
Different taste, don't they, on what they like and what they do.
That's what space smells like, apparently.
Yes, yeah.
Steak,
true.
Burnt steak. Apparently, that's what astronauts have said. What else have you been up to this week? You found your car yet?
I don't even. Right. Last week, I found the car, went down, visited, checked it out. Was like, you know what? Yeah. He may had a look around it, and he got like, yeah, we've seen the little problems and that. Seen a few more cars there, and he was like, right, I'm gonna go and buy it. Got to see my mechanic first. I want him to have a good check, and then I'll say yeah. So then we couldn't get down there. So yesterday I decided, right, let's just check on it before I go down. And the company had changed its name, so I was like, no.
Oh, so what you're telling me is?
Well, I read the reviews up before, and he was a hit and miss. He was like a 1-star or a 5-star. 5-star saying excellent, brilliant, gone away. And then the 1-stars, I noticed one of them saying he's sent him a legal letter to start the process off.
Doesn't sound promising, this. He doesn't sound like a legit car salesman. In fact, he sounds like a proper car salesman. I don't know if all car salesmen are like that. Yeah, but that's the painted picture that we're led to believe, isn't it? I mean, if you go into a profession as a car salesman, I'm sure it's noble. I'm sure there's, quite a lot of money to be made in it and all that. But, yeah, there's not a reason why car salesmen have this sharky image. Do you know what I mean?
It's quick turnover, isn't it? And it's not only that.
I've seen Matilda. That's what he does, doesn't he? Matilda's dad puts a bit of sawdust in the engine, makes a fucking does a hillbilly fix on it, if you like.
Yeah.
Sells it on. Fuck the consequences, innit? Yeah.
Then I found that I went round. That was disappointing. So I went round, found another car. It was like, right, spot on, insurance, everything's right. Let's do it. Rang him up. Yeah, someone's looking at it in half an hour. Give it a bell in half hour. So I was like, oh,
so
you bastard.
Never.
I've got to go through all the process. I'm sick of seeing cars, to be honest, at the minute, because I'm just seeing Yeah.
I know that feeling. Yeah. Well, not the cars, but when you're looking for something in particular,
and it's just not there.
I'm sick of it. Well,
I'm sorry now.
So we've got 5 days off over Christmas. Are you all kind of set for Christmas now, or you still got a lot to do? I've got bits done.
I haven't decorated. I don't think I'm going to bother. To be honest, I might put.
I've got my tree up. It's looking lovely. Other side of the room, so you can't really see it. For those who are observing over on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can't see the tree, but don't matter, does it really?
I'm not really a Christmas person. It's either hit or miss, to be honest.
You're not a zombie person. You're not a Christmas person. What type of person?
Religious, and that's all the point of it was in the beginning. So why would I continue it if I'm not religious?
No, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm not religious, but I love Christmas.
Don't get me wrong. I go along with the celebrations now, and that's like the reason why is because friends and family.
I don't think you could consider Christmas as a religious that religious anymore. I mean, it's got its roots. It's got its roots in it.
For the religions and stuff.
But it's like we've talked about Halloween.
It was for like it was the end of February that it actually ended.
Yeah, of course. But we've talked about this about Halloween as well, like being a pagan ritual, and it's got roots in these things. But I mean, from what it is, if you went back in time and went, this is how we celebrate your customs today, they'd go, what the fuck's all that about? Yeah. Where'd you get this guy in the red suit? What's he about? And you'd have to explain it all to him because it doesn't make sense.
Why is it? Corporation got involved and grabbed hold of it with both talons and went, I'm ripping the shit out of this.
I'm having that.
Yeah, and that's that, and that's what happened.
Yeah, well, so I in other bits this week, I've caught up on The Mandalorian, which is fucking brilliant. I mean, I've got to say, this series has been pretty top notch. I've got to say, Favreau's fucking done it. It just makes me wonder how a TV show can do Star Wars so well, when they've just done really high budget movies and they couldn't do it. And I mean, they're not bad, but they're not they're not as Star Wars as this is, and this has got characters we know cropping up, and you can follow it in the sense of where it falls in the story. It's just good. Yeah, it's good.
But didn't the last three have two different directors?
Maybe, but that's how TV shows work, really. If it's an episodic, dramas, generally, they do have like a string of directors, but they'll use directors again, but, if you were to ask, say, Kevin Smith, who directs some of The Flash and Supergirl, he doesn't come in and direct every week, but he's had guest directing spots, as well as a couple of other directors. So, I'm sure The Mandalorian will, operate in a similar way. But I think like Favreau, obviously he's writing it, so it's got to have a bit of time off, hasn't he? To be fair.
Had enough time off with this corona.
Hey, mate, well, now he's been at home writing The Mandalorian, hasn't he? So, and probably God knows what else.
He's probably done like 7 scripts up to now.
He's probably been at home, right, reenacting like Disney movies out in his house. Yeah, like going, Sinbad, live action, pretending, he's Basil the Great Mouse Detective or whatever, or, a rescuer. Who knows? Who knows what Jon Favreau gets up to in the privacy of his own home?
Not a fucking clue.
Anyway, on that note, we play a little game every week. We try and tax our intellect, tax each other's intellect. In a little game we play, riddling this and riddling that. The score stands at the moment at 5-4 to me. It's a chance to catch up because
I got a funny feeling you might catch up on this one.
I'm ahead, mate. I'm one ahead, right? But if you stump me,
I might give you another head start.
Oh, well, I was hoping that you might try and stump me. Do you know what I mean?
I hope this stumps you, but
you never know. For any controversial cheating that people might think that's going on, as well. I'm on camera. Yeah, no cheating will occur.
So if anyone spots it, make sure you write it and go, there he is.
Did I not tell you? I've had one of those Google chips put in my head. All I have to do is think about it, and it tells me instantly. Yeah. Have you not seen them? You get them at Curry's.
Like you, yeah. You look like the type who is a sucker who would take anything in. Go on, I'll give you some money and you put this in here and I'll take that. And
it's like in the Futurama episode, they go, why'd you call it an iPhone? And he goes, I'll show you. And he just rams it in the eye. Yeah. There you go. That's not me. I wouldn't do that. So come on. Right, anyway.
Right,
okay. Wait a minute. Let me just set the mood. Let me set the mood.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Am I ready? Is more the word. I'm ready. Come on, let's see if we can get this.
All right, then.
Hang on one second.
Yeah. Yeah, prepare yourself. Yeah. Get that lens. Get the...
Right, I'm prepared.
Brain cells going. Right. What do you call a room with no windows or doors?
What do you call a room with no windows or doors?
That is correct.
A what? A room with no windows or doors?
Yep. Well, what do you call it?
A box room.
What do you call? This is the question.
The box
that
room
was given to give you, and it is: what do you call a room without no windows and no doors? Because I was actually going to say doors and windows, because that's the way I would say it, but it went windows and doors.
Windows and doors.
Or, yeah.
Windows or doors.
Yeah.
No windows, no doors. Stay indoors, everybody.
That's it. When I saw it, I thought, yeah, he might get it, he might not. Don't know.
Hang on. So give me again. Give me one more time.
One more time.
Because you were breaking up a bit. The viewers at home will testify to this. You were breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you just want me to say it again, that's all.
Go on.
All right. I will say it again. One more time. We will go with, what do you call a room that has no windows and no doors?
A space. All right, I'll have a think about it. No, yeah, I'll have a think about it and see if I can guess by the end of the episode. Yeah, don't write me off too quick.
No, well, that's what I said. Like, I think you might get it. I think you just need a little time to. It might just rush to your head and go, "Oh yeah, bingo."
This is the things with these things. It's one of those where it's like, if you think about it one way, it'll be so easy.
And it's another way. Yeah.
So easy. Well. This week's episode is brought to you by Amazon. We have an affiliate link. Most people will be doing their Christmas shopping over Amazon over the coming weeks. You can help us out by following the link in the description.
Very much so.
It helps us out, and it means you can help us out without really doing anything out of the ordinary, right?
Yeah. We get paid for you going shopping.
Do your shopping, buy all the things you normally buy,
And it don't come out of your budget either.
They don't even tack anything on. Amazon give us a bit of a
Lego.
Well, so the link's in the description. Do us a solid.
Do us a solid. Come on, do us a solid.
I'd like to see those analytics go up a little bit this week. Check it out. Amazon affiliate link. It's in the description. Yeah, you can buy whatever you want. You know, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, do what you're doing. Yeah. Link in the description. Thank you very much.
Whatever you need.
What was I going to talk about? Monoliths. Yeah. So monoliths this week, they've been in the news quite a bit, haven't they? Right. So we talked about it last week, because it was random as fuck, right? You've got a monolith just appearing in the middle of Utah, But the thing was, right, they flew over, and the only reason why they found it was because they do like an aerial flyover. Yeah. And I think that's how they spotted it, and it was the
he went back afterwards to check it out.
The Bureau of Land Management, right? So they've gone out and checked it out, right? And they found this stainless steel monolith sunk into the rock, Now, the guy from the land management said that he didn't know how long it had been there. It could have been there for fucking years, right? He said that they've got no idea when it was put there or how long it had been there, but it's there, and they were a bit weirded out by it. It made national headlines, and people were interested by it, this sudden appearance of this monolith. As suddenly as it appeared, it disappeared again.
Because it appeared on... Well, people, they spotted it by the air vehicle on the 18th, and it disappeared by the 27th.
Right, okay. So over a couple of days, it's obviously got a bit of attention, and somebody's taken it down, right? Or stolen it, or whatever, right?
I know the answer to that as well.
Now, a couple of days later, in Romania, what appears on a Romanian hillside, but under the monolith, was on the 26th of November. So,
and the 1st of December.
So what do you reckon to this Romanian one, right? I've got some photos, actually. we can
Yeah,
throw
it's
up.
got weird kind of. I was checking it yesterday. I was checking the photos out properly on it, and it's got this weird kind of circular power, like you've put a drill on it, and then just stuff like circles.
So let's have a right. So we've talked about that's the Romanian one, right?
Yeah.
Now the one about the Romanian one is weird, right? Because it's got kind of like etchings in the steel, like it was just scrap steel. Yeah.
It does.
It's weird, like why you etch that. The one in California, which was just found and discovered, is another weird one actually, because the one in California, right, has just appeared again on a mountainside, and joggers have been running past it and, you know, getting the photo taken by it, and it's drawn people up the mountain. People want to come up and see it, right?
Yeah.
Now, the one in California and the one in Utah look very similar, right?
Yeah.
Now, the one outside Joe's in, where was it?
It was it.
No, Philadelphia, is it? No, it's not in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, right?
Because that's 10 foot. The one in Romania is 13 foot, and the one in Utah is 12 foot.
So there is a size difference as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Right.
But
so
one in Pittsburgh is a show off, basically.
It's a shower, not a grower.
Yeah, but there's another one in California outside another shop.
Really? Now, this is what I'm thinking right now. Like I say, the one on the hillside in California and the one in Utah look pretty similar. Yeah, but the one outside Joe's looks like he's put it there himself and went, fucking hell, these are monoliths just appeared. I was actually saying before we might have to put a monolith somewhere.
Well, you know what? It was good timing to do that, to be honest. I think the
perfect place to put a monolith. So if you see one happening in Manchester, then
wow, yeah. So what do you reckon's happened to the one in Utah then? Do you know what's happened from there? And do you know how old it is as well?
I've no idea, right? I think the one in Utah is like a legit thing that someone's put there, yeah, right? And over time, now it's kind of sparked up. It's got a lot of copycats. I think that's what's happened here. Yeah, because I've got a couple of stories actually about the monoliths. Just give you the headlines. New Mexico Artist Collective are saying they're behind it. The mystery steel monoliths popping up across the world. They're selling them afterwards for $45,000 each, apparently.
Well, to be honest, you're a mug if you go and buy one of them now.
Well,
to be honest.
So, you know,
$45,000.
That's what they're saying. But I mean, is it legit? I mean, another headline here in MSN News saying mysterious monolith solved as artist claims responsibility. I mean, I could claim responsibility, you know.
There's actually, reckon, an artist, I can't remember, I'm trying to find his name at the minute.
There's a couple of people saying, like, you know, are they, you know, obviously, are they links, have they got links with aliens or, you know, anything a bit more sinister? Or, I mean, obviously,
well,
the topic we're going to be going into in a little bit of the Georgia Guidestone, it's got more of a message than this, you know, if there was something etched into these monoliths, or if they had a bit of a purpose, or were, you know, meant to guide or give a kind of a bit of an insight into something, then I don't see what the point is of the monolith. If it's an art installation, well, what's the conceptual nature of your art installation? What's it supposed to represent? And why did you think that specific location? You know, there's a lot of questions. I mean, if it's an art installation, then explain your art for me, please, because I mean, it's great, but what is it?
Artist in 2011, he died, but his art was basically monoliths, minimalism in places, and his son's come out as well and said his dad wanted he wanted to leave something he wanted to leave
usually
in different places all around the world.
I mean, that's great, yeah. And I mean, this is something that we'll get into a little bit in the show as well, because there's, I mean, I think everybody wants to leave the mark, yeah. Right.
Well, he's been dead since 2011, and that's been there for 4 years.
Seriously, so that'd be
satellite images.
Well, this is the thing. So, is this Mexican collective? Was he part of that?
Well, because you're talking what? You're talking 6 years between his death.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like that first monolith, you're claiming that an artist who died in 2011.
Yeah.
Right. So that's more than it's 9 years ago.
So you've got 5 years, and then that turns up. But then you've got the people who took it down.
Right. Now, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Are they saying that they've took it down? This art collective.
They've took it down because it is an eyesore, and they don't want people. There's lots of people who've been there and actually, disturbing the area, and they don't want people coming into that area and it being like, Mount Everest. It's, there's litter everywhere. No one's looking after things. It's
funny, actually. Well, Mount Everest, a different story. It's just littered with corpses of people who are tempted to fucking think. Well, you can't go up and get them because you can't retrieve them. That's a total different.
Yeah, that's a different subject.
It's funny because another group of people have turned up. Apparently, a Christian group. And removed the California monolith for similar. It basically said they just didn't want it up. Said it. I think some people have kind of thought it might be satanic. Yeah, well, have some roots in kind of satanic symbolism.
So he's just gone.
The Christian gang
and Saturn were emerged.
The Christian crew, they came up and they took down the monolith. But they replaced it with a crucifix on the hillside. So, So it wasn't a case of like it was an eyesore, because they were going to change it up. Just stick an extra arm on it.
I don't see...
It's like, I like what you're going with here, mate. But it's like, you know what, stick another one there. You got a fucking absolute belting statue.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the first one that was spotted... No one knew about it for like 4 years. It had been in there. It was only luck of these pilots.
But all of a sudden, these like monoliths springing up everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this collective from Mexico are now trying to say that they're responsible for it. But when you've got them in Romania and other parts of the world showing up, then I don't know if you can claim responsibility for all of them. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a couple. Yeah.
Those who are claiming responsibility for it, then that means that there's nothing wrong with it. It's just someone who's gone out and built something.
So who's the original? Is basically who did the monolith first?
Well,
I don't care.
I don't think they're trying to put in the case UFOs and aliens. Or it's the end of days and stuff.
It'd be a lot more fascinating if it was. I mean, people have said obviously, 2001: Space Odyssey, that monolith. And they've likened it to that.
Yeah, I didn't think about.
I mean, even the placement of that first one in Utah was a bit sus because there was a crack in the rocks. Yeah,
right behind it.
That made it look like there was going to open up. There was going to be an entrance,
like a film set.
Yeah, it'd be mint.
I mean, they could have used that for a film set for a film that's long gone, and then just left it there and thought,
who knows? Yeah, you could be right. I mean. I've never seen the film, but it mustn't have done very well. It's like all those
digital shit. You don't necessarily have to. It could be on. It could have been in the Avengers, one of the Avenger films, for all we know.
Oh yeah.
And it was like that's in the background.
It wasn't, but it could have been.
Could have been, yeah. You don't know.
Green screened it, and it was for that amazing scene in Never Happened, Man.
Yeah. Could be. They didn't actually make the movie.
Yeah. So. Stuff.
It's pretty weird that people getting on the bandwagon on it and trying to.
Yeah. I mean, obviously. What is a monolith, though? Obviously, it's a geological feature consisting of one single massive stone rock, such as a mountain or a single large piece of rock placed as if it was a monument or a building. It's crazy that because you get like monolithic. Is it monolithic churches and stuff like that?
Yeah. You got one in Egypt, haven't you? You got that big one. with
Yeah,
the two
so it's
statues.
a solitary, single standing thing. Do you know what I mean?
And
But
then
obviously,
you've got
churches aren't
Stone
made.
Mountain.
What?
You got places like Stone Mountain. It's like a dome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a dome.
I'd say, Stonehenge would be considered monolithic. Do you know what I mean? Because they're obviously standing structures.
Is that all one though?
Well,
Stonehenge is considered monolithic. It's just a smaller one.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing. I mean, if you can consider Stonehenge a monolith, then you can obviously consider the Georgia Guidestone as monolithic as well. I mean, it's compared and likened to Stonehenge.
Yeah.
It's, if you don't know what it is, it's a massive granite structure in the far east of Georgia. Like we say, it's just bordering the Southern California border.
Sugarloaf in Brazil. Have you seen that?
What's that?
That looks like it come out. Sugarloaf Mountain in Brazil.
Right. Okay.
It looks like that film. What's it? Third Kind.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. The Devil's Rock.
Yeah. No, that's called Sugarloaf. It's like a big, like Sugarloaf. The massive fucking thing, and that's considered one as well.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, it would be. I reckon. Yeah.
It's just one single block.
I'd say I think this is the thing with the Georgia Guidestones. I'm not sure if it would, but I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. And I mean, this falls into this category in terms of the fact that it just appeared. It was a mystery, and the idea being that for a long time, no one knew what the fuck and where it came from. No one knew who paid for it. Yeah. But it was interesting in it kind of had a bit of a strange message attached. Do you know what I mean? The stone had 10 messages.
I'd say probably sensible messages.
It had 10 messages inscribed on it. They read, let's see. To maintain humanity under, is it 50 million, 500 million?
500 million, yeah.
To kind of to have a balance with nature.
Yeah.
Guide reproduction wisely.
Yes.
Improving fitness and diversity.
Yes.
Unite humanity with a living new language.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Languages start all over. Well, yeah.
We
can all communicate together now with our phones. Wow. So it's a whole new language, not zeros and ones. Whole new language, isn't it? If you think about it, everyone's going to be using
machine language. Yeah, zero binary.
Yeah.
Well, it's not new, is it?
But it's.
But you can't have a conversation in binary, can you? Be like 00110.
Yeah, we're all going into the
001. Yes, 001.
01.
00111.
11111.
00. Yeah, you see, it doesn't work, right?
No, it's a language.
Yeah, but that's what these are the messages on the Guidestone. So unite humanity with a new living language. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason.
Well, we're way fucking past that then, because we wouldn't survive if the electric went off now.
I know, yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? Half the people couldn't survive without the mobile phone, so...
protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts.
Yeah, until the laws and the justice go against you or change.
Let all nations rule, resolving external disputes in world courts. So that sounds a bit one world government, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that
some of the things. This is the thing though, because a lot of people kind of did look at this and start going, "This is a bit fucking New World Order," especially the fact that it just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, and it's got these what you could class as commandments on them. It is a bit biblical, yeah. Yeah,
but I think it's because it wasn't that far from where the Bilderberg group started up.
Yeah, well I've thought knows. I mean, it's like, so you let what nations disputes be resolved in world courts. avoid petty laws and useless officials is another one. Balance personal rights with social duty.
Yes, that is right, and we're losing it in a minute.
Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with infinity. And what's the last one here?
Be not
cancer on the earth, leave room for nature.
We fucking left that one.
Leave
we
room
fucking
for
destroyed
fucking
that
nature.
One.
Yeah, leave room for nature, man. We need to. But yeah, obviously
fucking up because of us.
These 10 messages are obviously written on the guidestones. Yeah. But not only are they written on the guidestones, they're written in 8 different languages on there. Yeah. Those languages include English, Swahili, Russian, Spanish, Sri Lankan, Hebrew, Arabic, and Chinese. Yeah. It's fucking effort to go to, isn't it? Yeah, to have all that inscribed, translated and inscribed. And when was this? Back in 1980. Yeah.
I think it was it 74, somewhere around there? No,
it was 1980 when it appeared.
Was it 1980 was there?
Yeah.
Right.
And like I say, for a long time, no one knew who paid for it, who did the construction.
Oh, yeah.
Some people suspected the Rosicrucian order, apparently, of financing the project, since the Rose Cross Christians, or the AK Christian Rozunskis, were the founder of the mystical
ones who wear them
straps. The Rosicrucians. What?
Them straps on your legs and shit like that, basically paying themselves all the time.
Oh, right. God, no, I don't know about that.
Whips and all that shit. If it's the right one. What was the film? The Da Vinci Code.
Gladiator, by the sounds of it. You sound like you're like,
Da Vinci Code.
Pass me my sandals, Iridius Maximus, Biggest Dickus.
Yeah. Well, it's all.
Don't know. Other people
in the church
suspected Ted Turner.
Oh yeah.
Of CNN. Yeah.
Yes. I remember
because he was located pretty close, and obviously probably had, like, you know, when you were saying about the Bilderberg, because he has obviously globalist, ties and agendas and stuff. You know, but obviously there was a mystery Patreon behind this. Yeah, right. Like, project builders actually had to sign a legal agreement to never reveal the identity of the financiers for the project.
Right.
Yeah. But until they talked to me, they just told me everything, unfortunately.
They told you everything? Well, have you been drugging them again? I told you, don't drug them. Just like, few days, mate.
It was just like, all right. They said, nah, can I interview? No.
No, mate. Here, take this drink.
Anyway, they also swore to destroy all legal papers. So, you know, well.
Right, okay, yeah, so there's no trace back.
So, yeah, but again, like the Mexican art order or whatever they were called, not the Rosicrucians or anything, but like this Mexican art collective who were claiming responsibility for these monoliths. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't it one of those, oh shit, have you got any evidence? Just don't have you got any evidence, Mr. Trump? No, don't have any evidence today. You know what I mean?
Next week.
I had to
it's time to collect evidence.
I had to sign a thing that they destroyed as soon as I signed.
You got to watch out whatever you sign, because it can come back on you.
Nah, well, this is the thing. There's no documentation, so I signed it and they destroyed it straight away. Obviously,
he built it and he can't prove he paid for it.
You know,
that's laundered money. Then
the message, the message is pretty kind of bleak, considering it's calling for 90% of the Earth's population to be effectively wiped out. Yeah.
And who else called for that?
What?
And who else called for that?
I'm not sure. Go on, give us a clue.
Order called for 80%, 85% of the population to be wiped out.
Well, maybe this is what we're already in.
The connection
we're already in that cull. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being funny, right? I mean, you see it at the moment. There's a story at the moment about turkeys because bird flu's back, right?
Yeah, bird flu's.
And they were saying about having to cull a load of turkeys, right? Because of it. Yeah. Now, if, I'm not saying that, this is a cull, yeah, but if we need to reduce numbers, then it's happening organically, effectively, isn't it? Yeah, right. Or you could argue, if you're into the conspiracy of that this is a man-made thing and it's been orchestrated. You know, you never know.
I used to sort of agree, and I sort of do and not as well. I sort of agreed about the reducement of the population, right? It's just on how to do it, and you have to stop, more medical help and that.
That's not freedom. You're not free then to have kids if you want them. You're not free to.
Well, thing is, it's
to
the case of how many people are here. It's the case of using the materials that we got. Of
course, yeah.
Using the materials. We've got the room. We're only 3% on this fucking planet, yet we're destroyed 99% of it.
The thing about what we do is we gather as well in high density areas. And we do kind of waste a lot. I mean, it's like
the food we waste could feed Africa.
Probably true.
And we're a small country. You know what I mean? It's a case of we gluttony. Basically, it goes down to religion. On that case, it's gluttony. Everyone wants more. The bankers, they want more money. The rich people, they want more money. They don't want to spend it. They don't want to look after you, but they want your fucking money. You know what I mean? And greed, money promotes greed massively.
I mean, do you think that this was put there by the elite, like by somebody who was kind of like represented like an evil new world order or something like that?
I think it was put there as a warning sign.
No,
to be honest, I think it was there put as a warning. This is as we stand, as we populate and fuck the world up. I do have
some information about actually who put it in. We will get to it. I mean, I do have like the answer if you carry on listening. I mean, don't try and tune out just yet.
But it's a case of like it's telling you what it should be if it's like now. Well, if he's carries on the way now, it should be 50,000.
I think whoever put it there had, it was a good kind of. I think
good talking point.
It's a good talking point, and it does raise the questions because I mean, at the end of the day, sustainability is a topic that's pretty much on everyone's fucking agenda at the moment. Sustainability of the planet. How we manage resources, how we kind of go forward and try and reverse this bullshit. Yeah, right. It's a case of like in the same respect of going forward and trying to do these things and put these things in place that assure our future. It's a case of being more ethical about and responsible about kind of families and stuff like that, going forward rather than saying, right, you're not allowed more kids, but it's educating people that, the planet can only sustain, so it's your moral obligation to keep your family nice. You can have a family, but just, don't go overboard, it's like some people are like, I want a football team, and that's fucking fair enough, and big families, nothing wrong with that.
But the problem is, we've had these questions for a long, long time. Like, it all comes down to, right, we need to all sit down and talk about racism. We need to all sit down and talk about the criminality. We need to all sit down and talk about the bankers. We need to all sit down and organise this and that.
Isn't it?
This is what the UNs and that are supposed to be there for, and they've done jack shit over it because nothing's happened. Nothing is changing, and we're still going the same route.
Well, this is the thing. It's time for a new fucking way of doing things, and it's like
stop it. Because they're not going to stop it for us. We've given it in their hands for how long, and they still won't change unless we stand up and turn around and go, "Oi, we didn't want that. We didn't want the Iraq war, but you fucking went ahead and did it." But you know what I mean? We need to stand up, but we haven't got a representation for ourselves at the moment to get someone there and go, "Oi, right, well, actually, you're doing it the wrong way." Oi. We've all told you for fucking millennium, and you're still fucking doing it. Now it's the time for change. But it's not going to happen until the people stand up, and it ain't going to happen.
Well,
the only way the change can happen.
Got some photos of the Guidestone stuff here, actually.
Yeah, JoJo's.
So there you go. That's the Guidestones. As you can see, it's pretty monolithic. Yeah.
What's changed as well? Because when I first saw the stones being laid, it was in like desert.
No, you see that little cube? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It got stolen. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Then whipped
and
away.
there's a little hole there. Why is there a little hole there?
Oh, there is actually things about this. I'll get into it in a minute.
Could have been something in there actually.
Now there is a couple of things that are thingy. One of them, the hole. Yeah. If you look through it at a certain time of the night, you can see the North Star through it. Yeah. And there's a letterbox portion. Yeah.
Right.
That if you look through, you can see the perfect horizon or something, or you can see this. This. Hang on, I've got the notes here. Let me just. Don't give you half-assed information if I can give you the full shit.
Yeah, you give him proper, son.
Firstly, so the stone was defaced. The stones were defaced and graffitied in 2008. They spray-painted a message, "Death to the New World Order," on it. It happened to, I'm not that specifically, but I mean, Stonehenge has been defaced a few times, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's wrong, man.
The New World Order, not sure. The Guidestones were designed to withstand catastrophic events, such as high winds and storms and end-of-the-world type scenarios, I assume.
That's just a little thing to put on there and go to make it sound better than it is. It's fucking stone. We'll wear it. We'll go. If I get a tractor and fucking run in the cunt, it's going
it's
down.
It's like when they put it's unbreakable, and then the first thing you do is break
no
it.
Such thing.
It's like broke it, mate.
I throw it in the sun. Unbreakable, yeah? Really? Dynamite under it.
What?
Put dynamite under it. Really, it's going to be unbreakable.
Right. So yeah. So in terms of what the stones do, in terms of like in harmony with the planet, I suppose. The Guidestones were purposely designed to track the sun's east-west migration year-round.
Right, okay, yeah, so he knows a bit about the stars and the weather.
So during an equinox or solstice, those who stand at the west side of the male slot carved into the granite, the Guidestones, can see the sunrise over the horizon.
Right, sweet.
So the four outer stones are positioned to mark the limits of an 18.6 year lunar cycle.
Okay, yeah.
On eye level, there's an eye level hole drilled into the center of the stone, permits viewers to locate the North Star.
Now, you know what? In a kind of funny way, I think we should have more of them kind of things around. Because of what, like I said, if the electric went down, how are you going to fucking know where
the North Star is?
You know what I mean?
It's like, where's my app? I can't get the app. Shit, man, my fucking astrology app's gone and I don't know where the North Star is.
Most people, first thing you ask them a question and they want to know the answer and they don't know the answer, Google. You know what I mean? And it's a case of there's less survivability in that case.
So, I mean, there's plenty of kind of astrology stuff that's linked to it, which I find quite cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So, I said about it being, that little cube being stolen. Yeah. So, in 2009, a man stole the 6-inch cube of granite.
Did he admit it? Yeah.
Well, I think he was 4 years later. The police arrested William Jeremy Ellis in the middle of the night, and they ran in. Went, "You got the cube." Now, again,
was in the cube.
The fucking police were involved. Now, if it was a structure that just went up, had no significance or anything. Why were the police?
That's smart, actually, in a way.
What?
That's pretty smart in a way.
What is?
Now the police are involved. Now you don't have to look any further on who this person is. They're going to do the job for you, and they've got more material to actually be able to find them.
Well, Jeremy Ellis got rushed in the night, he was trying to replace the cube, so he was trying to put it back, I think.
Would he be a part of it then?
Well, he explained to the police that he didn't want that weight anymore, so he'd had it for 4 years, but he'd stolen some fucking. You know what? He was probably like, young stupid idiot, stole it, and then it's in his house. It's in his house every 5 minutes now, and he's like sees it every day and goes, "Oh fucking hell!" It's just a reminder of my stupidity. So he went, and the thing was, he got caught putting it back. Do you know what I'm saying? She would have just dumped it at the fucking side of the road and ran, mate.
Did he get charged with theft? And who actually?
Probably destruction of a monument. Most probably. That's probably a federal crime.
Yeah. It's probably damage of a monument. Yeah.
Well, it is now because Trump's made it like fucking. If you destroy or touch a monument, mate, it's federal. You're going to prison.
Oh.
So I'm sure that would fall under, and in fact it does because it's been considered.
It depends where it got caught then, didn't it?
The Georgia Guidestone has actually been called America's most mysterious monument. So they've embraced it as, an actual thing. When
he got caught, to when Trump turned around and said, "Right, it's federal."
It was ages before. Obviously, that was only put in recently.
And he probably got a slap on the wrist.
He only put that on recently, but if he would have got caught, he would have been. So, there's a tablet on the front of the monument that declares, "Let these be, let there be guidestones to an age of reason." So. It's kind of weird and hard, to be responsible.
Yeah, I like that.
When they're talking about like being responsible for, an age of reason and all the rest of it, but it's kind of like it is suggesting that we do a big genocide type thing, innit?
Well, if we persist on carrying on the way we are doing, then in a way, yeah, we are going to.
So
at the end of the day, we need to sort things out, and we need to sit down and talk about it.
You might be interested to know. Yeah, totally. We do need to sit. There's a lot of that. We need a lot of that. But again, it's like the problem is, it's when you start sitting down and talking about this stuff is when it starts getting heated. And then obviously you need to get that heat out of the way so you can come to some common ground.
It's not easy.
Well, no, but that's how wars start. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that's how peace starts as well.
So apparently, going back to topic, the Georgia Guidestones were commissioned by a man, who called himself Richard C. Christian. So Richard went, he basically went to the Alberton Granite Finishing Company in 1979, and he said he wanted to build a monument that would send a message to mankind. Basically, Joe, the president of the company, basically said he could do the project, told Richard that he needed some proof that he'd be able to pay for it. Firstly. And, he thought it was a big job, so, he took it on, but obviously had to sign some documentation to say that he couldn't disclose.
Fair enough.
It is interesting the fact that there's this guy.
Is he admitting it?
Well, he's saying that. He's saying the story is that he kind of financed it. I mean, who is this guy? I mean, we've got information about the construction because we know who it is. I mean, we've got a name, but who is the guy? What was his life? Do you know what I mean? It's like, who knows?
What was his name?
Richard R. Christian.
Okay, I'll have a little look.
Well,
you carry on.
Richard spoke to a banker, White Martin. He told Martin that Richard basically belonged to a private group that was planning the construction of the Guidestones for 20 years. He's been planning it. So he apparently turned up with a box, with detailed plans of the monolith, what he wanted on it. Do you know all the details? He basically the guy who he spoke to at the bank thought he was crazy, but like he knew that he was part of this some sort of other group. It wasn't just him, and he could pay for it. So if you
can pay for it, then he's going off, isn't it?
So they agreed to a few conditions, but after completing the transfer of the documents and the payment, he basically said that his name must be destroyed from any of the documentation. He also signed a document stating that he'd never reveal Christian's identity to anyone. After agreeing to the terms, Christian set about finding a location for the monument. The name of the group that Christian represented was never disclosed, nor any identities of the third parties or other parties involved. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So, so we do have a name, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the dimensions of the guidestones come, they're 16 feet tall, 4 inches tall by 4 inches. 16 feet by 4 inches. The 6 feet 6 inches wide and 1 foot 7 inches thick. They each weigh more than 20 tons, and the full weight is roughly about 25,000 pounds.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So what's the purpose of the monument?
Yes, what is the purpose? Well, he told you, didn't he, to try and guide the human race.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing. I mean, would you still say that it was linked to, the New World Order or this sort of Illuminati sort of?
I'm looking at some pictures at the minute of him. It wasn't really secret, if you know what I mean. There were a number of people who knew this project was going on.
Well, they must have been, but this is the thing. It was made, right? They would have been translators. They would have been people who, at the end of the day, I mean, these people who work at the finishing place, carving granite stone, they're great at granite, but how many of them know fucking Hebrew enough to be able to write it out in Hebrew, translate it out? Not only Hebrew, do you know Chinese and Sanskrit while you're at it?
Get one person to do that. These languages, there are people out there who know all them languages in one. Clever bastards.
Well, there are those people, but I mean, were they lucky enough to find one that was also a mint engraver? Do you know what I mean?
Hey, you never know, you know what I mean? Hey, hey, you could do if you think about it.
It's like I speak 52 languages and also I sculpt.
International.
What?
You know what I mean? A lot of more places are getting international, like England, Europe, America, and all that. We need more people that can talk all different languages.
Bilingual.
To do certain jobs.
Yeah, because soon, like that job, Lahuru or whatever, Lahuru, what's she called off Star Trek? She wears the daft thing in her ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Lahuru. Yeah, she's the linguistics, isn't she? She's the translator, linguistics chick.
Yeah. She knows
like,
Klingon and all that.
We're gonna need. Well, we have already got those translators and those guys who stand at the bottom of the screen doing the signing.
Well, like I said before, you don't really need anyone no more. You've got one of them things called a phone.
I have a phone, right? Well,
or a watch now, I suppose you could do by watch, but even that's connected to your fucking phone, so you might as well just bring your phone out instead of your watch.
Well, this Guidestone, it kind of comes off as bit biblically. Do you know what I mean? It's like
he was in the religious it
does feel a bit kind of with 10 Commandments, right, on granite stones on the top of a hillside or a mountain.
Well, it has been 2,000 years. You know what I mean? It needs updating.
I mean, the fact that it's got like Hebrew and it's got all kind of world languages. Do you know the main world languages? That most people speak, and it's definitely trying to get a point across, isn't it? It's not a case of this trying to get a point across, but it's trying to go, well, like, just in case you don't speak this language. I mean, like I say, so we've gone on about some of the potential origins, but some people claim satanic origins, including right-wing pundit Mark Dice, who claims they're deep satanic origins, and R.C. Christian was a member of the Luciferian secret society.
Oh, was he now?
Oh, but no, none of it can be proven. This is what some people believe. Others claim that they were intended to be seen by the survivors of a nuclear war.
Right, okay. Well,
do you know what I mean? It's not even a message for us. It's not even a message for us. It's a message for the people years down the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
saying nearly went to war and
Well, think about
we
it.
had nuclear.
One of the facts we've given there tonight about the Georgia Guidestones is they are built to last big fucking cataclysms, or if they're built to last high weathers and like other stuff, are they built to last nuclear explosions? Yeah.
No.
Are they there not for our benefit, but for when we're at a stage where, say if there was a catastrophe like a nuclear war, where we've got a slimmed down population, because there's been a lot of deaths just from the initial shit. We've done an episode on nuclear war and nuclear blasts and nuclear bombs. Check it out.
We've had our discussion over that.
It was mint. Yeah, well, so you obviously you're starting with a slimmer population. So anyone seeing those stones and using them as a guide for a progression would see it like that, wouldn't they? They'd be like, well, we can do that now. We're not losing anyone. We can actually build on what we've already got, but keep it at that level. No one's dying for the sake of us achieving that. We just cap it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but then that also
well, no, because you just don't have to go extreme. You just don't have to go as extreme. You just have smaller communities, where people are valued and you look after your families and your elderly and all the rest of it. But it's not as big a fucking thing as we've got.
It's having a bigger community than a small community.
There's more people now, but it's more of a lonelier time as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because even though there's more people, everyone seems to be on their own, and it's sad because, like, I can't say it enough. Reach out and touch peeps. Anyway,
just be careful where you touch him.
Others claim that it was to be seen by survivors. Since the Georgia Guidestone were built in 1979, the height of the Cold War was obviously happening there. The US Soviet Union were at each other's fucking throats. A nuclear apocalypse was an actual thing that people were worried about. So, I mean, it does make sense that could be a reason why it was erected in the first place.
Well, if you think two in succession, you had the Russians trying to send the ships over with the nuclear weapons there. So you had that big thing, and then you had the Cold War afterwards as well, which was nearly two strikes. You've been threatened like big time twice. So of course some people are going to be thinking, like what this gentleman obviously has thought, like, if something happens, I want to leave a little legacy or something there to guide people to, I want to be the next Jesus Christ has arrived.
Yeah.
And read my 10 commandments and, we'll have a better world. But there could be a number of things, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is a good guide stone in one way, but in another way, it depends how you take it. I mean, if I was to have the imagination of being some fucking psycho, I could go, right, all right then. So he's saying we got knocked like about 85, 50. Right, all right then. I'll plan something. Hey, what about a virus? Hey, let's drop a virus. Oh, what about this? But then that calculates to me remembering about the report a number of years ago now that come out about 5 years ago now, where it come out and saying what the population level is going to be. And like in America, it's 330 million, I think. And it by this time next year, it will be down 210 million, I think it is. And then it did a population statistics on every country.
Yeah. Well,
and it's just one of them.
Well, there you go. Well, one thing I can say about RC Christian, whoever his gang is, they still allow cattle to graze on the land that the Georgia Guidestone's on. So they've got grazing rights, So, what?
Who owns the land then?
Well, this is it. Somebody must do, but like the only person who's actually listed or as anybody's ever actually had any dealings with is the so-called RC Christian. So,
Okay.
Who knows? Ah.
He could be the patsy.
But, you know, whatever you say about them, they're nice to cattle. What can you say? Well, there you go.
It's one of the things, isn't it?
Oh, you know what? I really need the loo, but I can't go.
You can't go.
No, we can't go. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, right, moving on. We've got a bit of the news. It's the news! Oh, yeah. We've had a look all around this great old world to find you the best news possible. Oh, there's fucking some top news this week. Absolutely loads of it. Anything that you want to start us off with?
Well, let's start off with them chickens.
Oh, chickens. What's happening with chickens?
Bird flu.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about it earlier, weren't we? Turkeys, it seems. Yes. Turkeys are getting cold, which means Bernard Matthews means he's taking a loss.
Chapter. He's lost a lot of money this week.
It's Christmas as well. He might make it back.
Well, yeah, let's hope they keep an eye on it and they stop it from spreading.
It'll be like, guys,
don't want that on top of what we've already
got. Something else for Christmas dinner this year, roast beef maybe.
But I can see my cow disease coming back as well.
Oh, everything at once.
Yeah, I could see that would be fucking. That'd be some fucking year. That after this year, I think that'd be even fucking worse. Hopefully not.
Yeah, we want to cheer people up.
Yeah, we want a good year next year.
Oh, try.
Beginning of this year, at the end of this year, the whole next year, we should have a party.
Well, this is it. Somebody put a thing up on Facebook, basically saying pre-COVID, party at some bar or club. And it was just like date to be confirmed, and it just kept getting moved. Yeah, right. And it's obviously you put a date in for when the event's going to be on Facebook, but it didn't. They keeps popping up in my feed going, people are going to this event. You might be interested in it, and I'm like, well, when it happens, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Well, this is where computer people could actually latch on having parties from your own home. With other people, loads of other people on the other, and then your private little chat box in the corner. You have your own drink and shit, and you just
how amazing would that be?
Listen, what can you do? I can put a spoon on my nose.
Can you?
Yeah,
go on, then.
Yeah. Hold it there for a little while.
I found this story. Do you know what? Right, I think these youths have got it a bit backwards. Because, I thought, when you storm a shop like Harrods, you're supposed to put a mask on.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to put a mask on.
Well, no, anyway, these guys, I don't know, hundreds of maskless young people tried to storm Harrods this week. Harrods was swamped by hundreds of young people. Why are they just calling them young people? I'm sure there was people of all ages there. Teenagers, basically... They made 4 arrests. The famous
hundreds of people. They made 4 arrests.
The famous luxury department store in Knightsbridge, London, was overrun by a huge crowd of people, ignoring social distancing.
Lock the door, whack their legs.
What?
You're on it, mate. You're on it.
Well, I mean, this is the thing now, because they have got the right to come and arrest you if you are, taking the piss a bit. So.
Yeah, if you're breaking major rules, yeah.
But this is the thing, is it? The fact that these...
But then they arrest you afterwards.
Well, they're protesting, aren't they? So, I mean, but it's like the fact that you...
Yeah, but the major problem is not a lot of people...
Do you know what? It's like it's like when you're protesting, when a sign of defiance is, I'm going to go inside. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's beyond me. It's like going indoors. We'll show him. I'm going to go inside and I'm not even going to wear a mask. And it makes me laugh because I was thinking about this the other day as well, right? Because as a garment, right, there was a point where we had to, as humans, had to make a decision to wear clothing, right? Yeah. Right?
Got a bit hippie around the old...
Not only that. All right, then. Let's use underwear as an example for this, right? Yeah, right. So undergarments, right? We don't need them to really, yeah. We could wear clothing.
I don't know, on them chilly days, it's getting a bit nippy at the minute. I think I'd rather have some on.
Well, there you go. And they've got other health benefits, I'm sure you'd agree, right? Yeah, so at some point, somebody turned around and went, do you know what's a really good idea? Yeah, and it's probably better for your health if you wear, underpants, yeah. Or for the ladies, a bra, yeah, is exactly the same because obviously for medical reasons, is ladies with bigger boobs that have back problems, right?
Yeah.
So having lumbar support is a medical condition, right? And a doctor turning around to a woman and saying, you're going to have to get a better bra, yeah, or you're going to have to wear a bra, yeah, if they didn't already, right? I don't think any woman would turn around and say, that's against my liberties. I have the right to have bad back problems if I do choose to wish so, yeah, right?
Yeah, but no one has the right over you.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, there's certain things in life that are just logical, yeah? It's like, I don't want to have back problems, so I take that advice, right? Yeah. I don't want, I want to be fresh down there. I'll change my underpants, right? Yeah. I don't want to catch a virus. I'll wear a mask, right? That's what I'm getting at, right? Yeah. I don't see why wearing an item of clothing has now become an act of defiance where you feel like your civil liberties are being taken away because you're being asked to wear a certain item of clothing it's like I wouldn't, I'd ask somebody to leave a building if they were wearing a bikini in a place that wasn't really the place for it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and if you weren't wearing these nightclubs that have dress codes, no shoes, no, you're not coming in. So, and everybody is happy with that. You might say, oh, no, mate, but you'd still respect that rule. Do you know what I mean?
It depends on the rule and the how far you're willing to.
It might be a strangled fucking argument there.
Oh, but, no, I can see where you're coming from on that. I mean,
I've just never seen. It's like there's never been anything in history where humanity's kicked off for wearing an item of clothing. Yeah, that's a beneficial item of clothing. Normally, when items of clothing come out, most people go, that's a good idea, that. I'm going to get one of them. Yeah, right? And
actually, talking into that goes into one part of my news.
Well, I was just about to say, I've got it segued into mine, but you go for it.
What's yours about?
Well, it's about, like another reason why you should wear a mask, really.
Okay, yeah, go on.
All right. Well, doctors are saying. Well, I'll just skirt over it because I've got too much news and we're already pressed for time. But erectile dysfunction, they're saying that it could cause, and obviously they're not sure about underlying like later on conditions that can, strike up later on.
By bit.
So youngsters, you want to think about that.
True.
I think to be fair, I think they're just throwing anything out now and going, fucking hell, what's going to scare them?
Yeah, but to be honest, there is a lot of things in the environment at the minute that are stopping men producing that already. So this is just another one on the line.
True.
To be honest, and
it's keep probably that population below 500 million.
Well, yeah, but it's one way to drop down the population, isn't it?
Yeah,
Georgia
Guidestone. That's what I'm saying, yeah. So come on. What's your story?
Right. So there's people been sending emails to their MPs lately and asking if I don't take this injection that they're offering out now, do I get sanctioned? Is the government going to sanction me on this?
I'm going to have the army at my door going, you're taking it, pin him down, boys.
Yeah, because they can't force anything in your body as well. But Parliament is going to be voting on it on the 14th to yes or no. Now, the letters that have been coming back from the MPs have been saying the government isn't going to force you. But, like insurance, car insurance, well, if you haven't your injection, you're at risk. So your insurance is going up. House insurance for your health. All them kind of insurance, and then shops are going to say, no, we don't want you.
Do you know what?
No cash. just one card.
Do you know what? Can I just I've discussed this today, yeah, right? Because I clocked something, yeah. You've just described, yeah, the Tesco's club card.
Yeah.
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 Right? Because that's got a double-edged meaning as well, right? And in terms of what you're talking about, right? It's one of those things that says, you know, you're in the system, yeah, right? And you play ball and it's another tax, yeah?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You play ball and you get the thing, yeah, the injection, and you'll be open to travel, you can do what you want, you can go about freely, yeah? But if you don't, then you're tiered, you're a pariah, yeah? And that's what I mean by it. It's the Tesco club card, yeah? So you go around Tesco's, and you see it there, and it'll say club card price, and it's a fucking quid cheaper, right?
Price at the minute,
right? No, some of the booze is ridiculous. It's like a tenner cheaper, and I'm like, wait a minute, right? So it's got a double-edged meaning. It's like you look at it and think, look at what I could save, yeah. But if I don't want to be a club card points payer, yeah, or collector, then
you're paying the price.
Then I've got to pay more. So it's like you're fucked.
Join the club, man.
You're fucked if you do. You're damned if you don't.
Yeah, it's right. It's just another marketing ploy to try and get people to spend there instead of anywhere else.
Well, I think you're missing the point slightly, because we're talking about the having the jab. You know what I mean? But it is that situation. It's you have the jab.
You have the jab when it comes out.
What?
Would you have the jab when it comes out?
I kind of would have the jab, but I want. I'll get the next one. You know what I mean?
Well,
technically,
I think the American system is better than the British system, because the British system is AstraZeneca will come to you and go, "We've tested it, we've done all the stuff. Here you go, use it."
Yeah, but these two, you've got to have two.
Say,
and
in
this is the Pfizer one, right? And the Pfizer one, you've got to have one, and then another one 21 days later. Yeah. And now, there's already a bit of a thing about it keeping at temperature. So what happens if, you know, your batches spoil, or it's left out a little bit longer, or, you know, it's not stored and it's fucked up, it's not worked, or, you know, what does a bad batch of this vaccine do if they put it in someone? If it's a bad batch and it's gone off and it's been it's not been
I don't know, because it's new.
Exactly. Yeah. So we don't know. So what I'd prefer that if other people want to take it and it's yielding positive results, then eventually we'll hit that not herd immunity, but where more people are immune to it than others, and or then it's proven safe. There's been multiple different iterations of it where they've literally refined it to a T, where it's not 100% effective.
They don't do that because they've signed the contract, don't you? That if they kill anyone, that they don't get done for it.
Well, fair, but I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is there'll be a point when that vaccine will be 100% effective, and it's refined. At the moment, it's the first fucking crate that they're opening. And no fucker knows what it's going to do, or if it's going to be safe. And it's been approved safe, but the amount of red tape that it's bypassed, to get to this point so quick,
This is what I mean, like the British.
I'm not trying to be a killjoy or anything, but that's the reality of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, but the British way is they've said they've tested it, they've given me the numbers, and they give it me. The American way is they get told that they've done all the testing but then the government goes away and does their test as well. And if they combine rightly, then they send it out. Now, there was questions yesterday about the numbers. You know how it went from 75% it works, then it went up to 98%. There's questions now on them numbers. They reckon that them numbers have actually been how can I say, massaged.
Oh, was it Rudy Giuliani who told you that?
No. This news not that long ago.
Well, anyway.
A couple hours ago.
Talking about the vaccine quickly, the Monarch 94, the Queen herself, the Queen, Prince Philip 99, they've announced that they're going to get their jabs. Obviously, they want to get a bit of public support for the programme, according to the news.
Well, she's a guinea pig now, ain't she? She ain't going to live that long now.
She's like, pump me full of shit.
And she's got a happy spot in the grave as well, you know what I mean?
Is
So it's like,
yes, it's a good idea.
It's to give confidence to the rest of the country.
Totally, yeah. I mean, if the Queen's going to take it, then, you know.
Yeah, but they've only got a couple of months left, so you know what I mean?
It's don't say that. Not the Queen.
Oh, I'm not being nasty, but, you know, it's like...
Fucking horrible bastard.
It's like giving the baby an injection to do something for it, but it's been tested on an old person.
On the Queen?
Don't last that long anyway, so it wouldn't matter to the results.
Would you take this? It was taken by the Queen. It's like, what is it? It's fucking, it's the vaccine. Well,
George or like Harry or, you know, Meghan will take it. Well, them lot take it as well.
Probably. They'll be the first on the list. It's like, you know, it's not going to be people like, you know, myself or you. It's going to be, you know,
people first,
I mean, frontliners. Oh, Carolina. Frontliner. Get them in.
Yeah, but like you said, will it do the job? Because it's already... There was a guy already who's a part of it who's already said that it doesn't mean that they're going to stop infecting people. They can't tell if it's not going to stop infecting people. It's just going to help the person who's taking it.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It might not stop infecting people, and they don't know if it's going to... I mean, look at this, right? People get the flu jab every year. Yeah. So is this going to be one of those where it's going to be like, come in for your COVID jab every year? I mean, I'm seeing adverts now for the flu. Do you know what I mean? So, you know.
This is different, though, because the flu jabs that we generally have, because this is what I mean about the changes of it. It's usually giving you a bit of the flu so your bodies can fight. On these injections, they're using a new system with your RNA.
But does that mean that it needs topping up? Is it just one thing that you take and it's done?
Well, yeah,
I should imagine. I don't know what any of it is. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, I mean, and we've got to trust that what they want to inject us with. I mean, and like you say, there's a lot of people who don't believe that there's even a thing, right? I mean, you could say that, you know, that's why and I mean, and right. So you've got the people who don't believe in it, right? You've got the people who believe in it, but they've got no confidence in it. Yeah. You've got the people who were already anti-vaccine from fucking day one. They don't want any vaccines. Yeah. Right. You've got a wide range of people who have got fucking very strong opinions on either end of the spectrum. Do you know what I mean?
So as well.
It's one of those where it's like, on a public health level, you've got to say, everyone should take it. Yeah. And the more people that take it, the better. But on a political level, and trying to convince those people to take it. I think that's why
people who
like
haven't trusted in a long, long time, who always get their own way, and like we always suffer the consequences and fucking get the choice of paying for it.
Yeah, interesting one.
It is, but they're using the old system. The reason why they ain't using the old system.
Oh, just close the story. What I really wanted to tell.
They haven't actually been able to isolate it yet. That's why they're not using the old system and they're using this new one.
Right.
They can't isolate it at the minute. Until they can isolate it, they can't really give a positive outcome, I would say.
Right.
So it's a new system. Hopefully it will work. They've been looking at this system for like years, so they know a lot about it, and hopefully it will work. But I'm not taking the injection like you, first time that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll be on the next one.
I can be on the next one. It depends if it's not. If I don't think it's going to affect me. Then...
Have you got a news story?
Yeah, Adolf Hitler's won again.
Right. You tell that story. I need to jet a second. You go for it, son. I love this story.
Okay, I will then. Adolf. Yes, the old Adolf. It's not the Nazi Adolf. The thing is, a guy in, let me say this right, Nuamba, in Africa, has won his election by 85%. It was good going, that 85%. That's quite a bit of the population. And his first name is Adolf Hitler, which when he was telling his people that he wouldn't promote, and he's not going to be like the old leader and under that name to take over the world, which he's no interested in. But I think the reason why he's named Adolf Hitler is because it's a former German colony that actually there was a lot of Hitlers there under the names.
Is that why he was called Hitler? Because that was what I was thinking. Who the fuck would name their kid Adolf
Yeah, it's going to be one of the last Hitlers as well in the world, to be honest. But then again, I'm thinking, I bet there's some people out there who actually I do know there is a Hitler. One child out there named Adolf Hitler.
Was a Hitler. His father before him, he was a Hitler too.
Yeah, but that's like that.
I come from a long, long line of Hitlers.
Yeah.
I'm the last.
Gary's as well. Gary's are going.
Gary's are going, you are right. I am the last in. I'm a Gary, my father wasn't a Gary.
My first name.
His father wasn't a Gary. I come from the long line of people not called Gary.
Yeah, getting rid of them Garys.
Yeah, well, it's true. Last year or the year before, Gary was voted one of the names that nobody called the kid. There was not one kid called Gary.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's a fucking nasty name, isn't it? Gary.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's all right, Gary.
All right.
Busy. Hello.
Do you want to? Up it? Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
A biscuit. Thank you. Right. Anyway. Okay, now it's all going wrong.
Well, it's Adolf. So he's not the Nazi comeback, but
he has won an election, hasn't he? So like, what well, let's see what happens in his regime.
Well, he went 5%, so a lot of people
regime. I don't know. What?
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't dominate the world.
No, yeah, it's like when we hear Adolf Hitler's back.
Yeah. Hopefully it'd be good for their country, man.
Adolf Hitler's back, and he's ready for action.
Part 2.
Not 2.0, innit? Not that Hitler. I found this lovely story. I've closed the page, but it was, I can give you the gist, right? Lost dog, right?
Yeah.
Missing for weeks, right? Turned up at a Walmart and tracked down its owner who worked on the till there.
What the fuck?
Oh, everyone say, oh.
Oh.
That was a lovely little Christmas story. I should have ended on that one. That's one of the puff people, when you see the news and it goes, and finally a jet skiing.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Or the soft touch at the end. Yeah, I'll give you all the nasty news first.
I've got this story. YouTuber star arrested after allegedly killing his pregnant girlfriend. Get this, at a subscriber's request.
Oh, that's
some loyal fanage. We've got some good fans, but
yeah.
That's
over the top.
What was it? It's like, hey guys, yeah. If you hit 5,000, if I get 5 million likes, I'll kill my girlfriend. Do you want to?
Did he really kill her, or was it like a kind of show thing?
It's suspected. Do you want to get down, please? Bloody hell, this cat.
She's missing.
Fame hungry. Well, apparently, the streaming service reportedly struggled to take down and delete all copied videos which the streamer had put stuff up. But he's basically, he basically shows abuse, and then accidentally kills his pregnant girlfriend. The Russian vlogger, whose videos don't originally stream on YouTube, but are posted there later. Do you know? He's been basically
arrested for manslaughter.
Well, yeah, he's been arrested following an incident with his 28-year-old girlfriend, who apparently had died on camera. So it's crazy,
now,
isn't it?
Now it's going to be questioned: is it an accident or not?
Well, if the video's out there, they might be able to have a better understanding than most murders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're going to have a copy for defence and for the prosecutors.
So in the video, the guy and this chick and another woman with pink hair who appeared to be a bit angry, they seem to be all drinking from a liquor bottle, and at one point they speak to the fans. She goes for the knife, and then it basically gets a bit violent. So
himself, she dies.
This is the thing about putting your life on YouTube and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how far do you take it? Do you have I mean, I know how we do stuff, and we
Yeah,
talk,
but it comes down to the loneliness thing as well.
It's
I
about,
think more and more
about
people
putting
can do
your
it.
more personal life stuff out is a bit
Yeah,
risky.
totally,
Do you know
totally.
what I mean? I mean, have a bit of,
Yeah, but people, like we were talking before, there's a lot of lonely people out there, you know what I mean? And there's people with mental illness as well who just will show everything. You know, you got to watch on what's showing behind you as well as like what you're saying to people, because it can be used against you, and there's quite a lot of dirty cunts out there who will use it against you.
Well, apparently, he was paid by a subscriber, because he's a transcript of it, $1,000 by the subscriber to force
He should be getting
his
done as well
partner,
then.
onto the balcony in the freezing cold in nothing but her underwear. So he's obviously torturing this. He's been torturing birds, getting people to his subscribers and stuff to offer suggestions. Do you know what I mean?
That's
it's like, I'll
shit,
pay you fucking so much to go. That is proper darknet shit. That's snuff film stuff, isn't it?
And why? Hold on, boy. It's easier if we turn around and fucking say something. Let's say Floodgate. You know what gate I'm on about? That nice little brand, and we get shut down within hours. Yet something like this, and they're saying they can't shut it down.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, they had trouble taking it down. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's easier for
Yeah, because it's not on those type of servers, and those are the type of videos that people copy and share. I don't understand, but there's a bit of a morbid curiosity with video sharing on stuff like WhatsApp.
That's another thing, that curiosity.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, how far is too far, and what would you do to get viewers and support in that way? Do you know, like video, in your content? I mean,
if you've done it for a while and people egg you on to do more and more and more dangerous stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'd prefer that people like our content for what it is, and not that we have a shock value or we have to do more extreme stuff every week to try and bring more viewership in. I think. I mean, it's funny to watch sometimes, but on the other hand, it's a bit kind of like pointless. Yeah.
You might as well be watching his videos.
So the
terrorism
you want to talk about? I've got this weird story here from NBC, is it? But go on.
Oh yeah, well I got one from Reddit.
Go for it.
Man posted. He's called "Man takes photo after hearing noise downstairs in my kitchen."
Okay.
So,
is this one you were telling us
downstairs.
about?
Eh?
Was this? Oh, go for it. Just tell us a story.
There's a guy who lives with like 3 other people, but he was there alone that night, and he was hearing tapping downstairs in the kitchen. So he's gone downstairs. As soon as he's turned around from the stairs, looked directly to the kitchen, he's taking pictures. Now, it wasn't. I don't think it was realised till later on, because he put it on the net on Reddit, and they said, "Look at it closely." And if you look at it closely near the door, to me, it looks like a grey's head.
Ooh, right, okay. Aliens. I'm not saying it's
described as a white man's head.
Right.
But to me, it looks more like a grey, the way it's formed, like triangular down to the chin.
Right.
The small eyes and the lack of nose.
Like, your head playing tricks with you, a bit of pareidolia, or
There's a lot of people who got shocked over it, and there was a lot of people who turned around and said, no, your mate was in and all that. And
Can you send me that?
Honestly, I wish it was a joke.
Send it me over. I'll make sure it gets on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, I'll send it over.
Bro, yeah. So what if they said that? I mean, what was the reaction from the young chap who came across it?
Well, he was shocked. He's still shocked. He's still shocked now that he's
shocked to this day.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that shit happens.
He was shocked to his very core.
Yeah, and a lot of people who first saw it went like, "Have you seen the back? Oh my days!"
Well,
and I took a look at it, and he was like, "Yeah, there's definitely something like there," and I don't think it's been doctored either. Even though the cup on the side looks like it's possibly been ducted, but it might be just the shape or the colour of the actual cup itself.
Yeah.
But it was in the dark, and it's a good picture. If you can, go down there and take a look, and I'll send you the picture in a minute, actually.
Yeah, defo send it. Not just yet. Send it at the end of the show, because I don't want unnecessary beeping. I found this story, right, and it's funny and a bit weird on a couple of different levels, right?
Yeah.
So the headline is China has done human testing to create biologically enhanced super soldiers, says top US officials. Yeah.
Oh.
Now that's a lot to get your head round in a fucking headline straight away.
It's not like the Americans or anyone else even.
It was like, I had the thought about that
for a long time.
It's like Washington US intelligence shows that China have conducted human testing on members of the public, in order to create biologically enhanced capabilities such as seen in the movies and Captain America style shit. Right. This is what they're going for, right? And America are saying this because they're probably doing exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a different method.
These colonels in meetings going, they want to see fucking Iron Man. The people love Captain America. They want that. Yeah, right. If the military a scientist came to the military and said, I can deliver a super soldier, they'd fucking bite their hand off. Yeah. Would they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
guarantee,
there's money to be made in warfare.
Now, a lot of these scientists, they don't have to go to the military to tell them that they can do this for them. Yeah, right. The military come knocking on their door, going
and say, "Give me your money."
I know you're not doing this at the minute, but you could be doing this for us. Yeah, right. And seriously, this is how this shit works. Anyway, his office, the office of the US, John Radcliffe, the director of the National Intelligence, claims that the Long Wall Street Journal has made a case that China poses a preeminent national security threat to the US. There's no basically ethical boundaries to Beijing pursuing the power of superpowers, I suppose.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, it reminds me of when they were talking about DNA, and then people were turning around going, "Oh, right, countries are going to start making clone babies and this, that, and the other." And then the UN stepped in and went, "You're not allowed to do it." Everyone signed it, but then you had little offcuts like, I think it was either China or just off the coast of Japan. There was like a little island or something, and some guy, mad scientist, was making a baby, and I think they actually did deliver a baby, but after that I heard nothing. It all went cut off and that, so I don't know actually what happened the rest
this is
of that.
all according to NBC News. I mean, the journalist here, he's wrote last year 2 American scholars wrote papers exclaiming China's ambitions to apply biotechnology in the battlefield, including what they said China's interests were using long gene editing technology to enhance humans and perhaps soldiers' performance.
Say fucking
liking it to Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren in Universal Soldier.
Yeah, but then there's got to be a consequence. There's always an action. Once you take an action, there's got to be a consequence against that action.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've long fucking thought about the ethical conundrums of enhancements. Yeah. And how are you then human still? Are you once you've upgraded, are you then something else? Yeah. And then it's
unlike the West is doing with technology.
No, I know, but the problem with the Western technology is, new technology comes out all the time, and you're always chasing it. Yeah, so
they want us connected to our bodies.
We're all at different levels as well. So say the first iPhone came out, everybody had the same iPhone, right? But then the new one started coming out, or you could have the upgraded version, And then
after a couple of years, it went every year, bang,
exactly.
Bang.
So there was variations of different power levels, different processor speeds, But does that suggest that if you've got the best processing speed, then you're somehow superior? Yeah. Or if you can't afford the upgrade, are you an inferior model? Or are you now an inferior person as a result?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of ethical shit that comes into, you know, integration of technology into biotechnology. It's
now disablement, yeah, fair enough. But for a normal, able-bodied person who has nothing wrong and they just want enhancement, then there's an issue.
Bloody hell, the Chinese army are like bloody robots. Anyway, any best of times, have you seen them all? I mean, no offense, but you know, in terms of fucking synchronization and what's the word? What would you call it?
What?
You know, I mean, they're synchronized, but what would you say? Yeah. It's the discipline, is what you call it, wouldn't you?
Disciplined, yeah. Yeah, because they have no human rights, so they can be punished like whatever.
Talking about discipline, found this story and it made me laugh so much. 3 men kidnapped a turkey from a zoo and forced it to eat vodka.
Drink vodka, not eat vodka.
You know what I mean. To celebrate the birthday. It was a bit of a piss up. I mean, that's not responsible, is it?
No, not unless you were going to kill it and cook it later.
They were in Latvia.
Turkey. Yeah, man.
Hey, they were in Latvia. It's different. It's a different world over there. Do you know what I mean? That was a night out. Do you know, over in Latvia. Police in Latvia arrested 3 men for stealing a turkey from a private zoo. What sort of zoo is it that, you know, like... have a turkey in there. It's the biggest attraction in the zoo.
It might be a different kind of species of turkey.
They started to feed it vodka at the beach. So they took it to the beach.
What, was it going to let it go and go for a swim afterwards?
So the thing was, right, that this turkey doesn't sound like it was having such a bad time of it, right? It had been released from the zoo, taken to the beach, getting pissed, yeah, right? And all of a sudden the people who were supplying this turkey with such a great day out are arrested. Yeah. The escape occurred on... oh, God, I just nearly knocked myself out.
Yeah, but he didn't... If them coppers didn't turn up, he may never know on what was going to happen to him later on. He could have been...
taking pictures on a roller coaster. Well, they basically occurred... The escape occurred early on Wednesday. And the security camera footage shows the 3 men all dressed in black breaking into the mini zoo and stuffing the turkey into a black bag. The men aged between 30 and 40 then took the bird to the seaside for a fucking have a good time.
Does it really?
There you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Childish. Oh yeah, so it makes me laugh, these things. Anything else you want to talk about before?
I've a woman who hasn't been driving for the last week.
Right.
And very good reason why, because generally when you get in your car, the most you'll see is like a little flies around or a little spider in the corner you get rid of. But like some people, they shit themselves and like jump out the car and get someone in to grab the spider and whatever.
Yeah.
Now, this woman was going out to go shopping and she was just about to put her hand underneath the handle to open up the door, and she's seen a furry thing. She thought it was caterpillars.
Right.
Little furry caterpillars just, having its shade. And this is in Australia, by the way. New South Wales.
I've got a story about Australia as well in a minute.
Ah, see.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I've got a big shout out to Australia as well.
Yeah, definitely. So she nearly put it. So she looked there properly. Huntsman spider.
Oh, no way, they're beasts.
She nearly got bit to fuck on that one, venom in and all sorts. So she was very lucky. Since then, she's never drove.
So
she's just getting in a car no more. No,
just forget that. Driving.
Well, what do you expect? It's Australia, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's got like Australia is one of those places where, anything could fucking kill you, I think, in terms of like wildlife.
Yeah, check under your toilet seat.
Yeah, man, you've got to be, but if you're a bit used to it, I mean, as a fucking Brit going over there, I'd be a bit like wary, but...
Well, see, they got survival methods.
They'll just know
everyone
about
else
stuff,
goes
don't
into
they?
the country won't have that kind of survival method to their country.
Well, I mean, it depends, because this lady, this story comes from Perth now. I don't know how reputable of a news source it is, but Perth now had this story, which I found quite interesting. Sarah Jessica Parker's Perfume has been blamed for a Melbourne kangaroo attack.
What the fuck?
Yep. So she's got a lot to answer for, that Sarah Jessica Parker.
She has like kangaroos.
Fucking hell. Well, a woman who was stalked and attacked by a kangaroo outside on the outskirts of Melbourne has revealed the bizarre reasons why she was targeted, or seems to be. Tracy Noonan said that she usually seen roos all the time whilst running around. And on Saturday, a roo spotted her and then just jumped. Basically, went for
whoa, look at you!
She said she had to jump in the car, and a couple of had to jump a couple of fences to get away from him. I think she got away by getting in the car, and it seemed to be that the perfume was what attracted to him. So
it seems to be, but has anyone else gone out there and tested it out?
Said it all happened so fast, but she put her head back down because she thought, oh my goodness, this is going to claw her to death. So no, she didn't get in the car at all. What am I talking about? Miss Noonan said that she stayed for a minute on the ground and then slowly got up and began to walk away, but it followed her, started stalking her.
Well, it might be, but then it might be her.
Well, she seemed to think that it could have been the perfume. So Noonan said she went to the local ranger and explained what had happened, and he seemed to think it was a perfume that attracted the roo.
And he needs to wear some, doesn't he, and go out and say, "Hello, kangaroos, how you doing,
right? Because I sometimes smell like ladies' perfume, right? When you're walking down the street, yeah, and you pass a lady in the street, and she'll be obviously perfumed up, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder, is it too much perfume when I can still smell her a few feet down the road? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, how much do you have to put on for it to emanate?
People have to put gallons of the fucking stuff on, and rightly so.
Much, do you know
and
what
then
I mean?
the summer I only have to squirt once.
I don't know, yeah. Well, I just a little less is more. Less is more. And obviously,
because if you think about it,
Sarah Jessica Parker inadvertently made a roo attractor.
The second attractiveness is the smell of your body.
Well,
but you're covering it up with, you don't want to be smelling sweat, obviously.
I don't know. I mean, guys are the same. Some guys, you smell like the aftershave, and it's like, fucking wow, how much did you put a full bottle on?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, I've done that.
Big shout out to all our listeners in Australia. We had our Spotify stats in this week, and we have shown almost 600% growth in Oz this year. So big thank you to everybody listening on the other side of the planet. I hope you're all doing well. You're all fucking top notch in my book, and Taylor's. I'm sure he will agree.
Oh yes. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
Yeah.
It even went up in America as well, and
in the UK. Yeah, I mean, it's been good in terms of even in a pandemic year, we've shown growth.
We have,
personal and otherwise. So I do have one or two more stories quite connecting. Oh, you've done the Hitler story, right? Okay, so we can get rid of that.
I've done that one, yeah.
So, did you see the Mike Tyson fight this week?
You know what? I stayed up for it. It was supposed to start
last week,
4:00.
Yeah.
My brother had it on, and he goes like, "I'll call you when it comes in, or are you watching the show?" Because it was like a rap show beforehand. So I was like, "Yeah, give us a call." And then he come in at about 5:00. It was like, you know what? Been waiting for fuck it.
I mean,
can't be.
It was an exhibition. I didn't watch it. Yeah, right. But I ended up seeing a lot of it after the fight, right? Yeah, and it was a close one, right? But Tyson used to be like an animal, didn't he, mate? He used to be proper, bite people's ears off. He was aggressive, yeah. It's didn't accept losing, at any cost, right? The guy was super chilled, right? I mean, so chilled, that it was ridiculous. He claims That he can't stop smoking marijuana. Can't stop smoking it. He said he's super fucking chilled. Smoked a joint before he went out and before the exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. It was a draw, yeah, and when they announced it was going to be a draw, he was quite happy to say, listen, it was all good.
Getting it really
chilled him right out.
If you didn't take it,
what?
You've gone in there and gone, oi, you, not one punch, and gone, right, see you later. Right, give me my 30 million. I'm off.
Anyway, he just said he can't stop smoking. Tyson said after the fight, which ended in a draw, according to USA Today. I smoked during the fights. I just have a smoke. Yeah, that's what he says. I smoke during the fights. I just have a smoke. Sorry, I'm a smoker. I smoke every day. I never stop smoking. That's what Tyson says.
And who's going to argue with him?
I'm not going to argue with you, Tyson. I mean,
smoking it chills you right out, son.
He said it's just who he is. Tyson said about his marijuana habits. It's had no effect on him in a negative standpoint. He just wants to do what he's doing.
Well, he is more chilled, and he is more laid back.
He does seem a lot more laid back.
Yeah.
Now, if that's what it can listen, that's a total perfect advert for cannabis.
Marijuana.
Look, it's like, I don't need to say more. In the same vein, the NBA have suspended all random not random drugs, but random marijuana testings throughout 2020 and 2021 seasons.
That's fair enough.
Positive steps in directions, I think. But I mean, it's like I've always said this. Yeah, right. I don't think marijuana, should be classed as a performance enhancement drug. Yeah. In fact, they should give you two fucking medals.
I don't know about that. It does enhance certain aspects of certain senses.
Mate, you're not going to get me running very far. Yeah, no. Right? I'm not being funny. Yeah, right? But if I run a 100-meter dash, right, and I do it in the fucking record time, and I've done it stoned, give that guy 2 medals. In my book. Yeah, right? The guy... What? One. And them guys were all straight-headed and you whooped him well in. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the ganja, cannabis, is not a performance enhancement. No, yeah, right? In a lot of ways, it's a performance hindrance. Do you know what I mean? As our 100th live episode will attest to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, right. So, there you go. So, in terms of like why it was ever considered that is a bit weird. But
but it's all with the hemp thing, innit? It's all with the money.
It's all about the hemp.
Down with,
yeah. So how long do you think? I think the economy in the UK's in such a fucking dire strait that they could probably implement the legalization of cannabis.
6.5 million first year.
Yeah, totally. We'd fucking sort the economy out in a matter of a couple of years, I reckon.
6.5 billion, not million.
Think about the industry that it actually produced, because there's a lot of I'm going to say it's skilled workers, right, who would would happily take jobs.
We already have the biggest amount of marijuana growth in the world anyway.
Yeah, just legitimize it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Then,
look, if the economy's as fucked as it is, and we're dipping like 12, 13 points or whatever, then
Theresa May's husband.
It must be time to kind of look at other alternatives, and I think that's a good one and a viable one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Boris is more likely to do it than Theresa May would. But Theresa May, her husband's the one that puts the marijuana plants in this country.
Stay at home, smoke some cannabis.
But for medical purposes. Yeah, all right then. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I talked about this last week. Have you got any more news? I've got one last story.
Go for it.
Have you got anything?
I've got NASA.
I've got NASA news, yeah, but this is my last story in the news, right? Donald Trump, we talked about it last week. Joe Exotic from Tiger King, obviously spending, getting his team to spend more money. More money in his hotels in order to get pardoned by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is reportedly going to pardon us up to 20 people. Yeah.
He needs to pardon him fucking self.
His list includes himself, Ivanka, his daughter. Yeah, well, don't know.
Yeah,
he could include Joe Exotic. I mean, he's asking for it, isn't he? I think he's that type of guy. He's a proper Trump guy.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't know that much about him. More like
Joe Exotic. Right. Well, Joe Exotic. If you've not seen Tiger King, was he basically got done for. He's basically serving a 22-year life sentence for murder for hire. Yeah. He was plotting to kill Carol Baskin. Yeah. From the other tiger sanctuary. Yeah. She didn't get away with it, but apparently there's been actually some news about her husband who's mysteriously turned up now, apparently, but he's turned up dead. Yeah.
Oh, right.
In a bit of a weird fashion. His solicitor came. I'll find the story for that at some point. But
tiger bones, like bones.
No. But there was obviously there is some suspicious circumstances behind it.
Sounds dodgy, all of it.
What?
Sounds dodgy, all of it. All of it sounds dodgy. There's the ins and outs of it.
Well, it's just a big fucking. It's just. Do you know what? Right? It's one of those. If you ever watch it, it's one of those reality shows that. It seems staged because it's so fucking out there, and it's like the characters, it's way worse than those. Yeah, you just need to watch it. It's like because you do get sucked into it, and I think the first one is like, it just gets a bit out there. You got to watch it. It's hard to explain, but it's revolves around these tiger sanctuaries and obviously Carol and Joe Exotic, and a whole heap of other people, So check it out if you've not seen Tiger King. Obviously, it's been out a while now, Netflix people. But he could be getting pardoned, so we'll keep an eye on that because obviously he's like, I didn't kill a man. So
kill the tiger.
Well, NASA news. What have you got for me?
NASA, okay, let's go with Voyagers.
Go on.
The Voyagers that have left our solar system and gone out into that big, wide gap of the rest of the universe has found that they've detected an entirely new kind of electric bursts outside the solar system. And shock waves, and it's finding out as well that
Star Wars. That the sun
what that is bursting some stuff out the rear as well.
What? Basically. That sounds like
it gets pushed into like light speed.
I can't see your head, top of your head. Where are you? There you are. Are you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I was like, where are you?
So they've got some new adventures with that.
Okay, that sounds proper.
But it's going to open up It's going to open science up a lot more because we know more about what's in the universe a little bit more now. Now we're going to have to look to find out where these pulsars are coming from and the shock waves.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's still loads of unexplored stuff going on.
But it's going to open some new things now, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you reckon it is like in terms of you get electrical signals and stuff coming out in space? You've got to kind of think, well, what's causing it?
Yeah, it could be suns or stuff like that.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Or there could be actual Planet 9. I mean, they're nearly found Planet 9 now. You know what I mean? And at first we didn't. They were saying no Planet 9. Hell no. Oh yeah, actually, well these meteorites are moving the right. It looks like there's a planet, and it's not even a fucking small one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the case of just as far as we can go to find out more information. Will be a lot better, but sometimes it's not that great either for us.
Yeah. Well,
how you use it.
What?
Depends how you use it.
Yeah, it's always how you use it.
You know what I mean?
Did you see the Chinese launch the other day?
No, I didn't actually.
I mean, it looked really funny because it's like they were using some proper 1980s graphics, for the touchdown and stuff. So it was like when you were watching the launch, it just kind of looked a bit cheesy. But then, obviously, they had all the onboard camera stuff kick in, and they managed to get some samples. But talking about samples, NASA's paying a Colorado startup company $1 to collect moon dust in 2023.
$1?
$1.
Is there an award at the end of it?
Yeah, well, they've awarded contracts out, right? And this is a startup company, right? So they've offered them $1
for every sample.
I'm assuming. Let's have a look. So basically, 10 cents was paid up front, and 10 cents at takeoff, and after the job, they'll get the rest of the $1.
What?
Yeah,
that's got to be a billionaire fucking bet on it, really. It's got to be, I bet I could get some, like, what you got, Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah, I bet I can get a fucking, two other companies, though, in one Tokyo-based iSpace and a Southern Californian aerospace manufacturer, Western Space Systems, also won low bid contracts. One's got one for $5,000 and one's 15, respectively. So there are low bids, but I mean, I think they've just took the piss. I think somebody's just applied, and they've gone give him $1 for give.
Well, you know what? But it kind of shows that more companies, if it's true companies, more and more companies are willing to take.
Well, they're expecting to be up there, aren't they? Well, they'll be expecting to get up to the moon and beyond, I suppose. Take the business with them. Yeah. People are going to need it.
All you have to do is send a rocket to it, smack right into it, and then just have a.
What do you reckon to this? Right. Han Solo was a smuggler, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. Did the Kessel run, smuggling and stuff. Booze, in space. What's the crack? Yeah, well, you're allowed booze in space.
You can't booze in space.
You're not allowed. There's a long history of booze in space, but it is banned.
It is.
NASA has banned drinking in space for almost 50 years. Can you believe it? They have smuggled it on board, though. Hollowed out books is a long-standing one. Yeah, they hollow out a book and stick a bottle in.
That's old tricks, that. What the fuck?
Got to resort to the old tricks sometimes. How else are you going to smuggle
Yeah, I always say the old tricks work the best.
Yeah, but basically, so they've smuggled in loads of ways. Do you know what I mean?
That's mad.
Yeah, totally. How would you smuggle in a bottle of? You're going up to the. It's not like getting on a plane. Is it? It's not like getting on a plane where you're thinking, shit, right? I can get me duty free at the airport, and I can take it on and a carry on, I mean,
big counter.
They've smuggled. So there's a bit of where they've done. So they've smuggled bottles of cognac in hollowed out books, filled up plastic and metal containers with booze, and mislabeled them as juice. They've even gone as on strict diets before launch, so they can smuggle up bottles in their spacesuits and still make the weight requirements.
Fucking hell.
So you know what I mean? It's like I can imagine the Russian astronauts be like, "I need to take some vodka up with me." Do you know what I mean? It's like we've seen what was that film? Armageddon. It's like Russian parts, American parts, all made in Taiwan. He was pissed. What?
Think about it. Is it a smart idea? Because one little major mistake and that fucking test could go.
But the loneliness and bleak emptiness of space. I mean, it's time when you need a beer, innit?
Yeah, but like there's major responsibilities there. There's no one who could come up there and go, "Oh, don't worry, if you start fucking flying,
no one's going to pull you over for driving the fucking...
bring you back.
No one's going to pull you over for driving the International Space Station pissed.
Or no one's going to stop you from coming in. You might be pissed at fucking each other, or, you know, you might be doing all sorts.
Can you just pull over?
And the ejection sheet goes, boom.
That's why Trump's getting the Space Force ready so he can pull over fucking space stations for drink driving.
Yeah. Drink driving, Sean? Right, you're in my books.
Well, there you go. Have you got any more NASA news?
I have, actually. Japan had used a new device they've got called a VERA. Don't know what it stands for. Couldn't find out.
Right.
That we've had it wrong. That actually Earth has been going faster around the galaxy.
Has it?
Yeah.
So does that mean all the clocks are wrong?
Well, yeah, in a way, yeah. I suppose you could say that.
Well, no, again, because time's only relative to Earth, isn't it? So it's like, as soon as I leave Earth, my watch doesn't really mean anything. I can track what the time it is on Earth, but
well, it depends.
But what does my time relate to off Earth in outer space?
Well, it might not
it's
matter.
It's like, I'll be on another planet, I'll run into another species, and they'll say, what time is it? And I'll say, well, it's 2:10, and they'll say, where?
You could argue about time all the way because
we could argue about that on Earth because there's time zones here. It's not always the same time.
Well, because we're too close. They reckon now we are close to the Milky Way's black hole, super black hole, which then means we've passed the horizon, the event horizon, which then means time and everything else isn't relevant.
Well, it also means that any sort of predictions on, the
where we go from now.
Well, the kind of the thingy of the universe, the how long we've got left, basically, could be totally off. Yeah, so that's quite interesting, isn't it?
We used to be on the outside of the galaxy. Then over the years, we've been coming in a little bit, but this one shows that we're in we're more than halfway in there, so we must be at least either coming to the event horizon or we've already been in the event horizon. So then time and matter and everything else around us is as billions of years going on, is going to get weirder and weirder and stranger things.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, in that respect, I've got a story here, a mystery cylindrical object. Yeah, talking about monoliths and really mad stuff that's cropped up and, just turned up. This mystery cylindrical object turned up in the 1960s. It was actually a rocket booster developed by NASA. And, basically they didn't know what it was. But, they've identified it as, is it the Pan-STARRS 1? Oh no, that's something else. Never mind me. Never mind me. It is related, but I'm not reading the whole story to get you into it. But they found this cylindrical object back in the 60s, and it turned out to be a rocket booster. So obviously, has that been ejected on? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough then. And not only that, it's come back to Earth, so it's cleared the way from the skies. Have you heard this?
Here we go. So astronomers in Hawaii who scan the heavens basically they caught this something in the sky this September. At first, scientists who used the National Aeronautics Space Administration funded Pan-STARRS 1 survey telescope thought it was just another rock too small to damage Earth, and then it turned out to be, as it got closer, it turned out to be a 1960s thing that we jettisoned. Do you know what I mean? So it's gone up in the 60s, so that's the story. There you go, 1966 apparently.
Ah, smart. Well, have you heard about this new shuttle that they're throwing up in space?
Another one.
To grip all the junk, basically.
Oh, like good. Yeah, they need to tidy up a bit up there.
You need to tidy up a fucking lot, mate.
Well,
a little bit. I'm surprised the ISS fucking stays up there. Same with the satellite.
It's fucking held together with chewing gum or whatnot.
Well, they've got a warning system, haven't they? So, and it did set off not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. which was desperate because they ended up all in the escape capsule, ready to press that button.
They were all pissed on smuggled.
That's it. That's why. Yeah, they were all
vodka.
fucking pissed.
That's
on
what
them.
it was. So yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? See what I mean? Like it's
responsibilities.
Just because someone had a little bit of a fucking drink.
There we. Well.
Handle it. Oh, what's this button do? I press that.
Well, is that the end of the news?
That is the end.
That is the end. Well, we do have a featured podcast. The promo will be played at the end of this episode. Stephanie and Courtney met in 2015 in the design industry. They share a lot of the same industry interests, from wine and shopping and stuff like that. They became good friends. They now have a podcast where they get drunk and watch scary movies. Sounds all right, doesn't it? So basically, you should go and check them out. You can go over to www.tipsypod.com. They're also available.
Pod, I like it.
Yeah. Well, they're called Terrified and Tipsy. Yeah, that's our featured podcast this week. So make sure you go and check them out. There will be a promo played at the end of this episode. We do have a couple of shout-outs before then, though. So,
we do.
Oh, wait, yeah. So, I'm going to go for the riddle.
Yeah, give me the
answer to the riddle. Right. I've not been able to think really about it. So, what was it? Oh, God, why do I keep doing that? I keep smacking my face with the mic. So, what was it? A room with, what do you call a room with no windows and doors?
Yeah.
A box.
A box?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know then.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, don't say I'm going to catch you up here for the next one.
Well, you might. You've just stunted me. You might catch up next week. Yeah, but go on.
You know what the answer is?
Go on.
You haven't seen this, right? Mushroom.
A mushroom. Oh, what shroom? Did you say shroom or room?
Room, and that's what it's got. Because
seriously,
yes.
I suppose you could drop the shroom. That's fair enough. No, you got me fair and square.
I just say it.
If anybody got it at home and you leave it in the comments,
I actually get it. To be honest,
we do get a few people try and guess it. Yeah, I had one last week going, it's paint. Like, I was like, yeah, you're right. Well done.
Some clever people out there.
If you did get it this week, congratulations.
Yes.
See if you can get it next week. If you did get it, tell me how smart you are, because I didn't. Maybe I'm just not thinking straight tonight, but never mind.
Yeah. It's just one of them things, isn't it?
One of them things, right? Well, Taylor's got an opportunity to level the playing field next week and make it 5-all. I'm going to make sure it's a fucking tough one.
Yeah, you need to, don't you? Because, the Masters coming back. You might have won the battles, but you haven't won the war, son.
I don't know how you've managed to catch up so quick this last couple of weeks, I'm sure I just let a load of weeks go by.
Mate, got in your head,
Nah,
I don't know nothing.
I reckon I let a lot of weeks go by me. There's no way I've not got one right for that long.
Yeah.
I haven't. I have. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to review the tapes.
You
There's
review the
dodgy
tapes
going on here.
And come back and tell me what a clever fucker I am.
Let's give some Patreon shout. If you want to become a Patreon, then you know what to do. You can go over to patreon.com/neverastraightanswer and show your support there. You can also go over to the website at neverastraightanswer.co.uk, where you can get downloadable content, all that sort of good stuff. You can email us at neverstraightanswer@gmail.com, or hit us up on Twitter at NASA_never, or Instagram, neverstraightanswer, where we've got lots of decent stuff going on. Like I say, the website, it's all types of, you can get all our episodes, check out the videos, merch, and all types of other bits and pieces too. We actually have a great range of merch with Christmas coming up. If you want to check that out, we do t-shirts, Never a Straight Answer t-shirts, mugs. You can go over to TeePublic or Dizzy Jam for our merch stuff. I love that t-shirt. I've got that t-shirt. It's mint. But yeah, get over there. There is some promo stuff, I think, available on TeePublic. I'm not sure. They seem to have sales on quite regular. So perhaps
the only way to find out is to go over there and check it out.
But yeah, check over the links all over our website, or go over to the website at neverastraightanswer.co.uk, and you can find that stuff there. It's awesome. You know it is. Fucking too right. Hey. So, it's the end of another show. Feels like it's been an interesting one this week. Could have talked about that Georgia Guidestone stuff for ages.
Yeah.
Well, we can't, unfortunately.
It's
been a long show. We'll be back next week. If you've got any questions, don't forget you can email us if you've got any questions, comments, or suggestions at neverastraightanswer@gmail.com. That's the end of the show. Did we do shout-outs?
We did not.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do the shout-outs, did we? Well, we got to do that. We can't not do that. We've got Patreon shout-outs for Big J.
Yes, Jack.
Big shout-out to Dunk Dunk. And a big shout-out to Swoosh. Also, we've got some honourable mentions with Harriet from Christabel Crafts.
Yes, Harriet.
Also, Gareth.
Yes, Gareth.
Oh, he's keep on trucking. Big shout out to Chantel.
Yes.
Big shout out to the Duke of Marmalade himself, Brian.
Yes, mate.
Big shout out to Jimmy Evans.
Yes, Jimmy.
And a big shout out to everyone in Australia.
Yes,
everyone in California.
Yes.
Everyone in Timbuktu.
Yes.
Everyone, everywhere else. Fucking hell, yeah. We could go on all night. If I list everywhere, but we're not going to. So we're just going to call that a night, and we'll say it's been emotional. I've been Gaz.
I've been Taylor.
And we've been Never a Straight Answer, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.